Well, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, it is afternoon. And we're at the shop. And not unloaded. Apparently my brakes have not released yet. So, Saturday night. Here we go. All the time. What? There we go, that's a problem. We're starting in 5th gear for some silly reason. Going uphill. It's a beautiful day. Hi, Jess.
Hi. Hello.
Make her say hi. She's back in the truck, so maybe the black cat's gone. Because I'm sure we didn't have any luck without her here. Now close up our windows. Left one of the rear windows open. Yeah, perfect. Just cleaned out the fridge, got rid of that rancid smell, but it smells very strong vinegary in here now.
Which one would you prefer?
I much prefer the clean vinegary smell. So we left the one window open to let it still air out. As wide as possible. Can I go a lot tighter? Yeah, I can make the corner a lot tighter. Why do I go as wide as possible? Burns those tires off a lot slower. Much easier on the tires when you take the corner as wide as possible.
It's been just over 2 months.
You haven't been in the truck for 2 months? Wow.
Before my birthday.
Oh yeah, she hasn't been in the truck because then her eye and all those doctor appointments and stuff. And then the truck break down and I didn't have a bunk forever. It's just obnoxious. That camera's facing way too far down, huh? Is that better? Engine brake's on. There's the shop. Really good service here. You guys have heard me review them before. Today I have to say really good service. Did a really good job of fixing it up. Yeah, we had a weird problem. I parked the truck at home on Friday. No problems on the truck other than the ABS light on the trailer. Oh, that light turned off now. Apparently that's one less problem. Parked it on Friday. Nothing wrong with the truck. We were good. Came in Saturday evening, started up the truck, and I had air codes popping up like crazy.
Turn left on Okanagan Avenue East.
It's completely derated. It's like, well, I was coming here on Saturday to kind of clean up and check everything out. It's a shame that those air codes weren't there on Friday, or else I could have dropped the truck off at the shop and they could have repaired it over the weekend. But obviously they're closed on Sundays. So we didn't leave on Sunday. Dropped off the truck first thing today morning at the shop before they even opened. Started working on it right away. And they said there was a lot of wiring issues when they put the truck back together in Surrey. They did not route a lot of the wiring properly, and some of the wiring was just laying on top of the manifold loose, melting. So it created a bunch of shorts. So they had to fix a bunch of wiring. Also, I was losing coolant, so I asked them to look at that while I was in there. They found out that they didn't tighten some hoses, so well, at least they didn't blow off somewhere. And
Went to pick up the truck.
And the horn didn't work either. The electric horn wasn't working. All wiring issues, right? So I went to pick up the truck,
In 500 meters.
backed it up to the
turn
trailers,
left on Main
and it
Street.
shut down. I couldn't even hook onto the trailers. Just back to the trailers, engine shut off. It says electrical fault, ABS fault, transmission fault. I won't start up again, so I walked back in and go, "Hey guys, we're not quite done with my truck yet." And they're like, "You gotta be kidding me." I told them what happened, and the guys behind the service desk just started laughing at the guys behind the parts desk started laughing at the
Turn
service
left
guy.
at the traffic light.
So the mechanic guy came out, looked at it, and figured out pretty quick it was a fuse issue, so at least that's what we think it was. Replaced the fuse, and we're on the road, so hopefully it's a fuse issue. Hopefully it's a fuse issue. Not some other kind of gremlin. Get out to Channel Parkway here, see if we get out of this blinding sun. Oh, you're complaining with the blinding sun too? On Saturday I went to Kenworth. Our maintenance guy asked me to test out some seats in the Kenworths. And I did. The high-end Kenworth seat is like $3,400 for the seat.
Turn left on Atkinson Street, then take the first left.
When you can get legacy name brand seat that doesn't have the Kenworth logo on it, that are just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, heated seats for $1,500. So I just told our head maintenance, like, why would we be spending on this much money on a name brand seat when we could get the legacy name brand? And it seems a comfortable seat, so like it's half the price. Yeah, air ride, had some good adjustments on the seat, heated seat, and felt more comfortable to sit in than the Kenworth one does. I don't know how long term it would be, but I asked them if they had any problems with the seats, and go, no, this is our most popular seat they put in, and had only very few seats come back with problems. So I'm like, that's good to know. He goes, it's the most popular seat they installed. I need a water. There's no water in there? Where's my water?
I don't have that far.
Oh, we haven't filled up any waters yet. Well, we're gonna have to pull into a pull-out and fix it over there. Isn't there a bottled water here somewhere? What's that? There's some bottled water that... Cool. No, I'm not signaling yet. Now I'm signaling. Windshield wipers are attached to the signal, and it's so easy to signal when you don't intend to signal.
Turn left at the traffic light.
So yeah, running a whole day behind. I find it relaxing every now and then, have an extra day off, so I'm not going to complain. I've got another day off coming up in February too, later on in the February, so of course I got a doctor's appointment that day too, but that's okay. I just wanted the full Sunday off, so. And then Monday morning I'll get a doctor's appointment. Monday after lunch I'll go back to work, kind of like today. It's an unexpected extra day off, which are relaxing. I mean, our budget's hurting from all the breakdowns and stuff, but you know what? Still, we're still in a situation, we're paying the bills. We didn't have any extra money left over. We actually went a little down on money on this last payday, but when you only make 2 deliveries in a week instead of 5 deliveries in a week,
Continue 2.5 kilometers.
I obviously expect a much smaller payday.
Turn right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to close that window too when we stop at the rest area. Still blinding sun here, so once the sun goes a little bit down, well, I guess, yeah, I'll shoot some more video a little way down the road. Just pulling out of town in the shadow of the sun of the, yeah. Sure. Skaha Lake beside us, even though you can't really get a good view of it. Headed southbound. Feels good to be back on the road with a passenger. All seems right in the world. Invested in something. Toaster oven? Yeah, we got a brand new toaster oven. I made this big I took a piece of plywood and screwed the toaster oven straight to the piece of plywood. Made a home for the printer. There's space behind the toaster oven to store some stuff. And put it on top of the little table in here. And the table has a strap on it that the whole contraption I made gets strapped down with that strap, so nothing can move and fly around. I could roll this thing upside down and it would stay sitting there. I kept my food warmer in here. We'll see if we need the food warmer after this toaster oven's in here, how well all that works. If we don't, we'll get rid of the food warmer. That's one less thing on the floor that's always in the way. I should have built this a long time ago, and the lease is almost over. I'm building this stuff now, but that's okay. We can now go, okay, in the new truck, how I'm gonna incorporate these ideas into the new truck. Yeah, when I went on Saturday to try out the seats, nobody there could help me. It's like, well, we don't know which truck has these seats in there. So with the truck broken down today, was the perfect time to go and test out some seats. Because I'll be sitting in that seat there will be days where I'm literally sitting in that seat for 13 hours in a day. Not very many days where you sit for 13 hours in a day, but there will be a few days where you sit for 13 hours, not straight, you'll have breaks in between. But in one day, you sit in a seat for 13 hours, so it's got to be a comfortable seat. And I found the stock Kenworth seat that you get, not a very comfortable seat. The International actually has a much more comfortable stock seat. So I made sure when I requested a new truck that I had a comfortable seat in it, so it was good to test out some seats, and yeah, I was quite happy with it. With the Legacy Gold heated seat, leather, yeah. Heated and vented seat type of thing, so you got air blowing through the seat or whatever, yeah. We don't run south very often, so we don't need cool air. In fact, I told them they don't even need to put bunk AC in the truck. We turned it on twice last year. We stay pretty cool. Speaking of, I have to give Jeff those mosquito for the windows. Give those back to him because they won't fit our new truck, and they will fit his truck that he's driving. So.
And I know the website if we want to buy our own.
Yeah, we'll definitely buy our own. Right. All right, is the scale open? Oh, it's not open for us, but is it open? Last time I was open, I pulled in and I just go, I never see the scale open anymore. And he just goes, well, I come down here every now and then from Vernon to run it, but he goes, just so you know, the guy that normally runs it has been with the company, or with CVSEs for so many years, he gets almost half the year off on vacations.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he takes months off at a time.
You never know if he's on the road.
Yeah, and he could be driving on the road, around on the road doing inspections that way too, but that's why the scale is sometimes open every single time you come by, and next time it's not open for months in a row, it's not open, so it's very sporadic. And when he is on vacation, the guy from Vernon comes down here every now and then just to keep us on our toes. That is a 2-hour drive, yeah. I don't know, people are always scared of CVSE officers. It's like, nope, can't sleep at a scale, can't do it. It's like, as long as you're doing everything legally, they're your friend. Just like a manager at a job. It's, as long as you're doing everything correctly, they should be your friend. We are here to do the same job, to make trucks safe on the highway. So why can't we get along? I stop and ask questions all the time. And yes, they've written me up and given me warnings before, but rather have them find safety issues that I missed than drive down the highway unsafe, right? And there have been many times, not many, there have been a few times I've been pulled over and just my attitude was was the make or break deal if I got a ticket or not. They're like, well, since you had such a good attitude about it and you were trying, I'm not going to write you up, but keep an eye on that. I'm like, yes, sir. Had a few times where they've commented about that. So it's attitude. Work with them, and grab a couple of gears here. Pretty light, so I can come down a little faster if I had a full load, but it's a US load, obviously. We're gonna cross at Osoyoos here instead of Laurier. With loads like this though, it's such a low center of gravity, I wish I was allowed to go around the corners a little quicker, but our company policy is you hit the speed limits that's suggested, so that's okay. I'll hit the speed limits. Makes it stress-free driving really too. If you just look at the speed limit sign and go, okay, slow down to that, you know you can make it around that corner safely without rolling if you hit those suggested speed limits. where there used to be a waterfall until they dammed it off for flood control. Squeaky seat. And thank you for some of you guys for recognizing the fact that because of the wide angle lens, it looks like I'm driving twice the speed than I really am. In real life, I'm driving below the speed limit most of the time. So for those that recognize that fact, thank you. I'm not being as reckless as the video makes it feel like I am.
Turn right on Main Street.
I have quite a safe driving record. Are we crossing the street?
Continue on Main Street.
We're just chatting, okay. Hey, Mr. Popo, how's it going? Yeah, he's not in the car, maybe went to get some coffee or something. Tickleberries. See you in March. March 2nd they'll be open again. We went there a couple times this summer.
I really want some fudge.
You want some fudge?
That's really what I'm eating.
And how sweet is fudge?
Well, diabetic fudge.
They have diabetic fudge? What the heck is that? It's a lot of flashing lights. Oh, it's just a crane, I think. Yeah, it's a crane. Ooh, that's right. I've got almonds sitting on the floor here, except they're kind of melted. They've been melted a bit and then they've hardened again. Yeah. They're not round anymore. They all have flat spots to them. Okay, I'll reduce my cruise control by 2 notches here. My personal rule, whenever I get to passing lanes like this, especially if there's a long line behind me, I slow down 2 notches on my cruise control. You guys caught up with me when there was no passing area. So if I slow down a little bit, you guys can take the opportunity to pass me here. If you're somebody that speeds up in a passing lane, I don't like you. Well, you know what, I might still like you, but I don't like that habit of yours. Is there one more room for one more? Nope, you're not going to go for it? Okay, we will resume our cruise control and get back up to speed limit. Still another 4 behind us that didn't take the opportunity, but some people are just followers too, right? And other people, they have to be up front. But the people that have to be up front and then slow down, somebody's going to run you off the road one day. So yeah, we went Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is just a big retail store. And Canadian Tire, I would compare it to a Home Depot with Home Depot and you know those little car shops. You know, I'm trying to think of a U.S. one. I was gonna say Lordco, but that's a Canadian thing, right? Napa. Let's put a Home Depot and a Napa together into the same building. That's what a Canadian Tire feels like. No, yeah, Home Depot has some appliances, but not small appliances. Okay, take a Home Depot, a Walmart with no food, and a Napa Auto Pro or... It's a unique store that only Canada has. It's a combination of things that only Canada has. Yeah, it's got garden center, small appliances, hardware. Bighorn Cheaper way back there. Yeah, a lot of them. Car parts and stuff like that. A repair shop. Not like the Walmart repair shop. This is a legit, real repair shop. In fact, Canadian Tire is the only shop in Canada that can safety certain vehicles. So, yeah. So Canadian Tire, we bought the smallest toaster oven we could find there. I made that platform to fit back there. Seems to fit nicely. So now we'll be able to make full meals in there. I can buy raw meals. Be careful, can't have raw going across the border. I think there's rules on that. So crossing the border, I like to have everything pre-cooked, pre-prepared. But with a toaster oven, I could buy raw chicken and throw it in there and be able to make a meal out of it. So if I'm out in the boonies somewhere and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to the US anytime soon, I feel like something different, stop at a grocery store, buy something fresh. Could take an 8-inch pizza? Yeah. It's a small little toaster oven, but you can still get small meals in there. Small uncooked meals in there. And you can throw just bread in there and have toast in the morning. It's just a good option to get rid of some of we got rid of our skillet because it just got in the way. That's why I bolted down and made it a platform that it's always in the same spot. We don't have to worry about moving it every day. The printer finally has a home. The only thing I had to get rid of was our big cooler. I threw the cooler out and we're going to go without a cooler. I'm just going to take our water jugs and pour them straight into our small little water bottles, and I'll just fill them all up in the morning. Throw them in the fridge. In the summer, I'll have to stop and fill it up a couple more times, but it gets rid of where the cooler was, and I don't know, slowly. Well, a lot of this revamping is because I didn't have this truck for a month. Now I can look back and go, for the last month I only had this stuff here. What would I not miss in this truck? So we actually emptied a lot of stuff and threw it out in the garbage and took a lot of stuff home and kept it at home. So it's like, because when we first started trucking, we threw all this stuff in here. We're going to need this. And it's like, well, since the truck is half empty, I figure I might as well go through it and organize it all. So yeah, there's some things you don't need in the winter and you need in the summer. You have to think about that too and go, oh, in the summer I use this, so we'll keep this in the truck. And in the summer we'll take the snowsuit and snow boots and all that stuff out, and you have a little more room too. I think I've used the snowsuit once or twice. But what if I get a run to northern Saskatchewan and it's minus 40? I want the snow boots, I want the snow suit, I want the balaclavas, I need warm clothes. So I've packed those all in here just in case. You put my almonds away. I'm not done with the almonds. Did you use your voodoo on? I can't open it. There we go. Yeah, it seems like I've got no air codes now. The ABS has gone away. Dry roads. Yeah. Just need to adjust. Wow, that neon green, yellow sure gets your attention. It'll be like a winery market, winery farmer's market. Huh. Yeah, Oliver wants to become the wine capital of Okanagan again. Penticton and Kelowna have kind of taken that over.
I don't know how many wineries, but they said it'd be a circular.
I don't think it's possible to take it back from Kelowna because when you have a huge city trying to battle against a small town, a big city's going to win. Those llamas are reaching their heads as far through the fence as they can to get the little bit of extra green grass on the outside. Give me that green stuff. We want some green stuff. We could make it to Spokane Valley today. Don't have a lot of spare time, but I'll fuel up. What's closer? Fuel up here in Oliver or fuel up in Osoyoos?
I'm trying to decide this before I don't know.
Which one would be faster? Let's do it here in Oliver. I think the SO car lock would be easier access here in Oliver than in Osoyoos.
For me, it's all about if this one doesn't work, at least you have another chance.
Well, we're at almost half a tank. If this one doesn't work and the one in Osoyoos doesn't work, we're just going to drive into the U.S. and fill up somewhere in the U.S. We got lots of stops. But yes, I think I've talked about that before. I try to fuel up at not the last possible place. I try to fuel up at at least the second or third last possible place. We're gonna fuel up here in this here town of Oliver.
I'm excited for the one thing you're really excited about.
What are you excited about?
Finding snow.
What?
Finding snow.
Finding snow?
I haven't been in snow.
Yeah, I guess you haven't been in a truck for 2 months. I've had enough snow. I've driven in enough snow. You keep your snow to yourself. I've had enough.
But half of the road.
I don't want any more snow, at least for a little while. Give me a break. The roads are beautiful right now. Let's keep them this way. No, I'm not looking forward to more snow. I love winter, but let's have a break. I haven't had a chain up for a while, so that's good. More rain in the forecast? And I don't like rain in the forecast either. Black ice at night. I'd rather have the snow over rain. Unless the temperatures stay warm enough that it doesn't freeze, then I'll take the rain.
And we're looking at where we go this week.
A lot of black lines. What happened? Black line continues. Yeah, you can see scratch lines on the other side too. Almost like a trailer brakes locked up and didn't let go. Here they start bouncing funny. And with only one locked up like that, you can drive indefinitely and never know until you start seeing sparks from stuff blowing up back there. Personal experience there.
And you're usually in the middle of nowhere. And then you're in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. And you just blew 2 tires. Oh boy. Car, do you not see me signaling? Let's go as wide as we can. Ah, just missed their front bumper.
I need to move the stop line. I need to move the stop line a little bit further back.
Yeah, they need a stop line a little further back. Corner's not designed for Super Bs. Or even worse, a 58-footer. The 58-foot trailer takes a wider corner than I do with a Super B.
Turn left on Packing House Lane, then take the first left.
Saying this would be the most popular road for the packing house. I think they would have designed it.
It'd be a good place to park over here at night. Lots of space here.
Turn left on Sawmill Road.
I don't want to turn left, I want to turn right. Wait for him. Because I want to take his lane. There we go. Does it feel like I'm driving really fast down here? I'm driving 40.
Turn left on Spruce Avenue.
What does 40 feel like in your car when you're in a 50 zone? Really slow? That's what this feels like. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get my fuel and DEF topped off here. And we'll see you tomorrow. In Spokane. Unloading Spokane tomorrow morning. And then we'll see. Probably run empty to Klasnikov, but we'll see.